dictate?
No, I wrote all of this stuff.
Okay, so
Yeah, these are just random books.
You don't want to take credit for that yet. Say your name.
I'm Brandon Easton, screenwriter.
Okay. Brandon, when I see you at a booth like Comic-Con, okay, are you promoting just one thing you're doing or your past catalog? How do you usually see this when you're at an event like this?
It usually depends. I usually do panels and I'm exhibiting. So usually what's happened is it depends on how much material of my own that I actually have access to. A lot of the times I got to order books from the publisher because, you know, to replenish my own stocks. But yeah, I mean, I'm promoting my new material. I'm working on Transformers Galaxies, which is a comic book series from IDW. I'm also working on the new Transformers series for Netflix.
How does that work now that you're doing with the Netflix series? Are they incorporating? Because I'm a little confused with all the movies, and I'm just saying there's a lot of...
The movies are a separate universe.
It's a huge number of information. Right. So are they crossing those, or
no?
So you're not bound by all the stuff that's going on?
Absolutely not.
Like Merlin, the Dragon, you know, all that stuff?
That's the Michael Bay stuff. That has nothing to do with anything we're working on. The IDW books are Generation 1, which was the original basically from 1984. And everything is kind of based off of that.
Is it cleaner for you working by not, because you know sometimes when movies get real popular, they tend to go back and they start tweaking the comic books to try and match.
They're not doing
the movie.
that.
Okay,
No.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, Hasbro has more control over the comic books and animation, whereas Paramount has more control over the movies.
Okay.
So those are two separate, like, legal things.
Yes.
So that's what's going on there. So they don't really cross over a whole lot.
No, I wonder. Yeah. So in the Netflix series, it's already out now, or is it coming out?
2020.
2020?
Yeah.
How do you like working with Netflix, the streaming service? Are they putting more energy into things that maybe wouldn't get financed by Hollywood or just regular interest?
No, I mean Netflix is where it's going to be on. Netflix didn't make it.
Okay.
There was a bunch of other production companies that got together and make the new series.
They acquired it for licensing.
Exactly.
Okay.
So working in that, even if you're working with a streamer, they don't really have a whole lot of control over content, but they do have a lot of control over who gets hired. So that's kind of the trick. It's not that it's like they have a lot of control over what you do, but they do have a lot of control over who gets in the writer's room. And that's where it gets tricky.
A lot of times kids, I'm just telling you right now, they don't even. It's hard for you to even tell them to use cable TV because they just go straight to Netflix.
Right.
And if it's not on Netflix,
they don't care.
They like having a fit. You know what I mean? So it's becoming that type of must-see brand, even for cartoons and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, it's more about the fact that broadcast TV doesn't get the ratings that some of the streaming services do. Also, a lot of people don't have cable. A lot of people are cutting the cord, and a lot of people just don't have cable. They have digital rabbit ears. So there are folks who won't be able to see something unless it's either streamed or on regular TV, but regular TV just doesn't get the numbers anymore.
How do you see the market coming out with Disney Plus and Apple TV Plus, and we're going to have Warner Brothers Media Plus, NBC?
Yeah, what about it?
More streaming units. Do you think it's going to have people going to have to spend more to have?
No, people aren't going to. People are going to start picking and choosing exactly the type of stuff they want to see and ignore everything else. It's already started.
Yeah.
So it's only going to get more pronounced as time goes on.
So you'll just maybe have 3 streaming services in your house.
Exactly. A lot of people will. Like right now I have Hulu, Amazon, Netflix. I already paid for Disney Plus.
Okay.
And I have a couple other ones. I have like about up to close to 10. Okay. But there's no way that's going to be sustainable for me. So I'm going to start cutting myself.
Are you going to get that package? I think they have the one with the ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus.
Yeah, I said I already got that.
Okay, you got that. They got the package.
Yeah, I already got it. They had a thing where you could pay for it all in advance for 3 years.
Oh.
For $157.
And you did that one?
Yeah, I got in there while the link was still active.
That was great. That's a great move and stuff. That's going to pay off.
For 3 years, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Oh, yeah. You definitely. Because I talked to a person who works at Disney, and they got lots of stuff they're wrapping up for Disney Plus already out the gate and stuff. And Apple TV, you might get that too and stuff?
There are a couple of shows that are going to be on Apple that I'm excited about, but there's no way I'm paying for that. I can't wait. I'll get it on Blu-ray or something, or DVD, whatever. I'm not paying for that. I can't wait.
They got a little work to go before they sold you on that right away.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't afford it. Like, it's not sustainable for me financially.
Yeah, it is a choice. If you
I have regular cable, and I do all the streams.
Yeah.
So that's a major chunk of my budget, like my bill budget. I mean, I can't keep this up.
Well, do you need also, because a lot of people now, I see myself downloading so much Netflix shows, I'm watching them on the go, which is a lot more convenient for me and stuff, So like El Camino just came on Netflix. And,
the movie, right.
As soon as I get out the con, I'll be dead tired tonight. on the way on the train or whatever, I'll just check out that and watch that stuff and get that on and stuff, you know. I see you have a lot of comic books for wrestling. Is that a market that's niche though? I mean, I have not seen them take over the comic book as much as the wrestling.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, I don't think they have the ability to take over the comic book world, but there's definitely a very fast growth of wrestling-related media and wrestling-related comics. Because Boom Studios and a couple other studios produce comic books about wrestling. There's a bunch of indie books about wrestling, and I was hired by IDW to do these wrestling books. So it's like they're like actual companies putting the money out there.
They want you to Andre the Giant, and they also the one here.
Jim Cornette. Yeah,
I love Jim Cornette back in the day and stuff. I mean, and wrestling is just taking off. Like,
I worked with Jim Cornette on that. Because they hired me to write it because I know a lot about wrestling, and Jim had a bunch of stories that he needed to tell, so I converted those stories into a graphic novel script, and that's the result.
That's great.
And we actually sold out on Amazon, so I'm pretty happy.
It's fantastic there. So from your perspective, and like, I mean, obviously Andre is gone, but he's definitely a legend and stuff, you know. And a lot of times the gaming situation has allowed those legends to come back.
Yeah, absolutely.
The new generation that said they'll get W2K, and then they'll get a chance to play those legends and stuff, you know, like that, you know. And for people who don't know where to find you, where can they best get your work in? Where can they get?
Well, generally speaking, you can find me on Twitter at Brandon Easton, and I'm also on Instagram at Brandon Easton Writer. I work a lot with IDW Publishing, so folks can put in my name with IDW. There's a bunch of like I said, I have a lot of stuff coming out in the next couple of months, all the way through 2020. Not just the TV stuff. I have a lot of graphic novel material. I work on Star Trek Year 5 comic book series right now. They're going to be announcing some Spider-Man stuff I'm doing real soon. So there's a lot coming out in the next couple of months.
More like the Miles Morales or just regular Spider-Man?
It's Peter, Miles, and Gwen together in a comic book.
Wow.
I'm doing that series.
I can see it. Every time you have a hit like that, I know it just generates more interest. For more offshoots and more spin-offs and stuff,
So people want to look out. Just look up Brandon Easton. I'm online quite a bit, but folks can reach out to me, and there's going to be a lot of announcements soon.
You heard it here. Lots of Brandon Easton coming in 220. 220 is being taken over by Brandon, okay?
I hope so.
All right.
Thank you.